Did God say that? So where does Eve get that? Because Eve looked at that tree and she was like, it's a nice tree. I don't know how many days she walked around that tree with Adam kind of kicking rocks behind her going, when do we get to the first command again? You know? You'll catch that later on. Okay. Yeah. So Adam just kind of walking and keep walking around that tree, and well, that's a good looking tree. That fruit would be really, really good. God didn't say anything about touching the tree. He says you can't eat from the tree. What does Eve do? She makes God more strict. She wants to play a little trick with her mind, make God sound unreasonable so she can justify what she's doing. And we've all done this when we were kids. You know? My parents never want me to have any fun. I said that growing up. And now I'm a parent. And you know the last thing I do? I never wake up in the morning and go, hey, how can I make my kids miserable? No, because if they're miserable, I'm miserable. All right? No parent wakes up and says, no good parent wakes up and says, how can I make my kids a living nightmare? How can I make their life miserable? How can I take all the joy out of their life? What are we wanting for our kids? We want them to have deep joy and great fulfillment and no regret. That's what I long for. And I know it's not possible not having any regrets, but I want them to live with the least amount of regrets. Why? Because I'm flat out in love with my kids. I love them. And I want them to have an incredible life. That's why I set a curfew. That's why I say you have to be home by 8:15. Some kids in the room are like, I'm glad he's not my dad, all right? Yeah. I set a curfew for them. You know, I don't want them to be miserable. I want them to be safe. Because let's just face it, nothing good happens after 11 o'clock when you're a junior in high school.